Yes, golfers have been wearing these outfits for a long time. Great Finds Resale. I got in some antique golf balls, all in the cases. I've got a ton of them here. And we'll go through the history of the golf ball. I've got autographed golf balls. I've got golf pictures. I've got guys golfing with their autographs. Legends. That is Vijay Singh's autograph. There's Bob Jones. If that's authentic, that could be worth a lot of money. And there's Gene again. Now, this is what we're used to as far as a golf ball is concerned. Today, if you see these, they have the dimples, and they're guaranteed to fly straight. That's what they all say. It all depends on who's hitting them. Now, golf is an interesting, frustrating game. Golf is the only game that you will play. If you do the minimum, which is par, you are a professional. You can play softball, baseball, all you want and feel like a pro. But golf is a humbling sport. It's a great sport. Love it. Invented in Scotland. And the first golf ball was actually made of wood. A wood golf ball. I can't imagine that would go that far. It, of course, was probably hard to get round. Wouldn't roll straight. I'm surprised the game survived the wood golf ball, but it did. And then in the 17th century, they decided to take some feathers, wrap it in leather, called a feathery ball. And they played with that for a while. I can't imagine that was straight and that was round, but that's what they played with. And then in the mid-1800s, a guy named Robert Adam Patterson made the first molded ball. He discovered that the sap from a tree native to Malaysia could be heated up, placed in a round mold, and would then dry hard, and he called it the gutty. Now, the cool thing about that golf ball is, like, you could get those golf balls out of round, but you could heat them back up, and they would go back into shape. That was kind of a cool thing, like like a Stretch Armstrong
from Kenner
of golf balls. But then there was a guy. He worked for Goodrich. He was a superintendent, and his name was Haskin. And he was sitting around waiting for a buddy in a factory. He found a bunch of rubber bands, and by bouncing it, discovered it contained a high amount of energy. He subsequently skinned the invention with the sap from a balata tree, and the gutty became obsolete. Now, up until the 1900s, all golf balls were with raised patterns. You can see some of those raised patterns. But then an anonymous guy figured out that if you put dimples in them, they would fly straighter and longer. It's all aerodynamics. And whoever invented that, he didn't take credit for it. We just know that you won't find a golf ball right now without dimples on it. Although there is one exception. If you go to the Cayman Islands, Jack Nicklaus actually has invented a Cayman ball because there's very little land. It goes half the distance. And those dimples, if you see that golf ball, I don't have one of those, the dimples will be out. So there is proof right there. Jack knew it, one of the greatest golfers in the history of Earth. Invented his own golf ball, and it was called the Cayman ball. You can get one of those today. Now, that stabilized everything in flight. Now they began doing all kinds of different textures. You can see some dimples in here. And I'll go through some of these balls, some square dimples. There's some round. There's all kinds of cool balls, and a lot of these are marked. So it is great to have this particular markings on everything here. Now, when they came out with the new golf ball with the dimples, then the pros, they could put backspin on it, make it stop more quickly. It probably led to a lot of slices and shanks just because that's how the ball is. And by the 1960s, balata and rubber were done away with and replaced with urethane skins and synthetic resin cores. And while that sounds pretty boring compared to some of the cooler wood feather balls, this is all you're going to see. And golfers, historically, we're suckers. You know, we will buy the ball that tells us we're going to be better. We'll buy the golf club that tells us that we're going to be better. Golf is an awesome game, but it is a humbling game. And if you want to find out about a person, go golfing with them. You'll find out pretty quick. Now, some of the golf balls here we have, this is called a Spalding Bullet. Spalding was the original one who did the top flight ball. You can see that there. I have these golf balls are worth more than these golf balls, but I'm not sure about these golf balls. But you can see the different designs here. It's another Spalding. We have a Wilson, yes, Wilson. And you can see some of the paper. They used to be wrapped in paper, so they had wrapped that in paper. So that's an unused golf ball. That's a Wilson. It's cool. Guaranteed to fly straight. Now, and then they always came out with a name. This is a Wilson Success. I don't know what that Wilson is, but this one is a Success. I'm guessing this one was more. Now I have some golf balls I can't identify. An FF. I don't know what that means, but you can see the design on there. These are cool. You can see the different. See, this is Eagle Reach. You can see there's squares on it instead of dimples. So squares. So apparently that would. I don't know what it would do. I'm sure it guaranteed something. There's another FF ball. These are old. I mean, these are old balls. This is a Dunlap. You can see there. I don't know why this one is in here. This is a Top Flight. Top Flight, Mr. 50. Oh, it's Skippy. Peanut butter. It's a peanut butter ball, which would also be cool. It's cool. You can see there. Top Flight number 1. See who signed it. Mr. 59 signed it. This is a mesh ball. This mesh ball, you can see the different designs on that one as well. A lot of these are going to be similar. They're just different makers. It's a reach ball. You can see it still has the dimples on it. Very cool. This one, it's some of the Colonel. The Colonels, these are actually collectible balls. This one looks like it was taken out of the water, where a lot of golf balls spend the rest of their lives. Here's an orange ball. This is a Warwick. It's a 50-50. See there, it has the same. So I did have orange balls back then. Spalding white, same type of thing. See, you can tell this is an older golf ball because the dimples are pointed outwards. You can see the dimples there, more like the Cayman ball is today. It's a cool ball. This is not as many dimples. It's a Spalding Honor. There's a lot of honor in golf. And we're getting to some of the older balls here. You can see the dimples there. This is also a Spalding Bramble ball. Let's see, Flight, cool, awesome. Now this is a cool ball. This ball is actually from the 30s. This is a Spalding Top Flight ball, and it's still in the package. You can get a little bit more money for, obviously, gift wrap golf balls. They must have cost a lot then if they're gift wrapping each and every ball. But that's still in the package. Spalding made the Top Flight brand. And there it is. That is from the 30s. Here's a nice dark ball that you would never find unless you hit it right on the green. It's a Spalding Witch from 1902. See there, it has the name on it. It's cool. I don't know why you would make a dark golf ball. You might as well make them green. The Minster, not the Minister, the Minster. You can see the two pieces there. This is where the dimples are out, so you can tell that that's probably from 1800s ball. Spalding Dot, just kind of balls there. Another Reach. Now these are the cool ones, and these are the ones that are actually worth money. The Colonel Crescents. The Colonel Crescents, they have the kind of a crescent. I don't know if that's the little moons in there. There's another one here. That's a heavy Colonel, and this is a Colonel Crescent. This ball might be worth the most out of any of these balls, especially if you had it in great condition. These were black, and that was white there. I haven't touched any of these, so that's cool. The Puritan, probably from the Pilgrims. I believe they were Puritans. A baby ball. Now the baby ball is worth some money too, as well as the Owl Mesh. The Owl Mesh. These are the balls worth money. And Salinger, that's a cool ball. That's also, you can tell by the dimples. Now this is a gutty. This is a reproduction. This is what the gutties used to look like. The first molded golf ball, it's a 64. That's what the golf ball used to look like. Now I did get a couple of other balls that were autographed. That must be really hard to actually autograph a little ball. Now this one I know is Arnold Palmer because this came with a certificate of authenticity. So he signed this particular ball. There he is, Arnold Palmer. There was no certificate of authenticity here, so I don't know who this is. If you have any idea who that would be, looks like they were at the Buick Open and they signed that ball. It's hard enough to sign a baseball. I can't imagine signing that. So those are the cool things there. Now, the balls that are probably worth the most money, I would say that Bob Jones autograph, if you had a gutty ball, it's worth a lot of money. This is a reproduction to show you what it looks like. The crescent ball, the baby, the owl mesh, and the heavy kernel. Now, these are all in different stages of, this is in the greatest shape or the greatest colors, but all four of these balls have sold for over $100. $100 for these four. And then you have this cool collection. You know, you can get new golf balls. It's still going to cost you $20 for the golf balls. I wouldn't hit these. They're not going to go very far. You're going to be disappointed. But from wood to what you have today is just an amazing, golf's an amazing game. Add all these up, and I think you have a lot of money, and it'll probably buy you, maybe 1 or 2 drivers, because they will get you and promise you the world, and anyone who's golfed has fallen for it. But anyway, these are cool. This is history of golf. It's literally 9 degrees out today, so we won't be golfing today. But we can think about it. We can think about the great game. Think about how lucky we are that we're not hitting wood balls anymore. We are hitting them straight, not hitting feather balls. We're hitting some mojo balls. And everyone needs some mojo. Thanks for watching Grapevines. I appreciate it. If I got anything wrong, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I appreciate everyone that subscribed. Share this with someone you love, a golfer, a non-golfer, anyone. Thanks.